After we turn 50, our bodies don't quite work the same way they used to, even if we still feel young at heart. Our metabolism slows down, our digestion becomes a little more sensitive, and the way our body processes sugar, salt, and fat can change dramatically. The foods we loved in our 20s and 30s might not be doing us any favors anymore. In fact, some of them can become downright dangerous as we age, especially if we're trying to keep our heart strong, our weight in check, and our energy steady throughout the day. This is where many seniors unknowingly make dangerous mistakes. We keep eating certain foods out of habit, convenience, or nostalgia, not realizing they may be contributing to high blood pressure, heart disease, type 2 diabetes, joint pain, digestive trouble, and even memory decline. It's not about giving up everything delicious. It's about knowing which foods are quietly working against your health after 50 and making smarter choices without feeling deprived. The first major category to watch out for is processed deli meats and hot dogs. This one can be tough because they're quick, easy, and part of so many classic American sandwiches and barbecues. But these meats are loaded with sodium, nitrates, nitrites, and preservatives that put a heavy burden on your heart and blood vessels. After 50, high sodium intake is one of the biggest drivers of high blood pressure, which in turn is the leading cause of strokes and heart attacks. A single serving of Bologna ham or salami can pack more than half your day's worth of sodium before you've even added bread or condiments. Those nitrates and nitrites used to keep the meat looking pink and fresh. They can form compounds in your body that have been linked to cancer risk and inflammatory damage to your arteries. And while younger bodies may bounce back from years of processed meat, after 50 the recovery window gets narrower and the risk compounds. If you've been grabbing a turkey sub every day or frying up hot dogs for lunch, you may think you're getting a decent source of protein, but you're also getting a concentrated dose of hidden salt and preservatives. Instead, switching to fresh, unprocessed sources of protein, like grilled chicken breast, roasted turkey you slice yourself, or even plant-based options like lentil patties, can give you the same satisfaction without the cardiovascular baggage. Once people make the switch, many notice reduced bloating, fewer blood pressure spikes, and even less joint stiffness. The next food mistake that sneaks up on so many Americans over 50 is sugary breakfast cereals and pastries. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that the cereal aisle is full of healthy choices because the boxes shout words like whole grain or fortified with vitamins. But when you look closely at the nutrition label, you'll see that most mainstream cereals, even the ones marketed to adults, contain an alarming amount of added sugar. That sweet, quick morning fix causes your blood sugar to spike and then crash, leaving you tired and hungry long before lunchtime. Over time, these repeated spikes strain your pancreas, increase your risk for type 2 diabetes, and accelerate weight gain around the midsection, which is particularly dangerous after 50 because it's linked to heart disease and insulin resistance. Pastries like muffins, croissants, and cinnamon rolls are no better. They're often made with refined flour, hydrogenated oils, and so much sugar that you may as well be eating dessert for breakfast. For someone over 50, starting the day with that kind of sugar rush is like asking your body to run a marathon on a roller coaster track. Your energy and mood get thrown around all day. A far better choice is to go for breakfasts that combine protein, fiber, and healthy fats. Plain Greek yogurt with berries, steel-cut oats topped with cinnamon and walnuts, or a veggie omelette can keep your energy stable, your mind sharp, and your hunger satisfied for hours. Many seniors notice that when they make this switch, their mid-morning cravings vanish, and they feel more alert and focused through the day. Another common and dangerous mistake after 50 is relying on diet sodas and artificially sweetened drinks. This one surprises a lot of people because they assume that if it's sugar-free or 0 calories, it must be harmless. The truth is, the artificial sweeteners used in diet sodas, like aspartame, sucralose, and acesulfame potassium, can disrupt your gut microbiome, increase sugar cravings, and may even trick your body into holding onto fat more stubbornly. Some studies have linked daily consumption of diet sodas to higher rates of stroke, heart attack, and even dementia in older adults. The problem isn't just the sweeteners themselves, but how they affect your overall eating patterns. People often feel like they've saved calories by choosing a diet soda, so they end up justifying a larger meal or an extra dessert. After 50, when your metabolism has slowed and your muscle mass naturally declines, These little overages add up quickly. Even more concerning is the link between artificial sweeteners and insulin resistance, which can creep in silently and set the stage for diabetes. The carbonation and acidity in these drinks can also weaken tooth enamel, which is harder to protect as we age. Instead of leaning on diet sodas, many older adults find it refreshing to switch to sparkling water with a squeeze of lemon or lime, herbal teas, or naturally flavored infused water. These give you the satisfying fizz or flavor without the metabolic confusion artificial sweeteners can cause. And once you step away from artificially sweetened drinks for a few weeks, you may be amazed at how your taste buds adjust and how much more natural sweetness you start to notice in real foods. The fourth food to be very cautious with after 50 is deep, fried, and fast food items. Fried chicken, onion rings, French fries, fried fish sandwiches, they might be comforting, but they're a cocktail of trans fats, oxidized oils, sodium, and empty calories. As we age, our arteries naturally become less flexible, and the plaque buildup process speeds up if we feed it the wrong fats. The oils used in fast food deep fryers are often reheated over and over, which creates inflammatory compounds that can damage your blood vessels and increase your risk of heart disease. The breading or batter on these foods adds refined carbs, which, combined with the oil, can send your blood sugar soaring. Even the so-called healthier fast food fried options like breaded chicken salads or fried fish carry the same risks because the frying process itself is the issue. People over 50 often say they feel sluggish, bloated, and even achy in their joints after eating a heavy fried meal, and that's not just in their head. These foods can promote systemic inflammation, which worsens arthritis and other age-related conditions. Swapping deep fried foods for baked, grilled, or air-fried versions can dramatically cut your intake of unhealthy fats and inflammatory compounds. You can still enjoy crispy textures. Just try oven baking potato wedges tossed with olive oil, using an air fryer for breaded zucchini sticks, or grilling fish and topping it with fresh herbs. Over time, these swaps can improve cholesterol levels, reduce inflammation, and keep your waistline from creeping upward. Finally, one of the sneakiest dangers for those over 50 is excessive consumption of white bread, refined pasta, and other highly processed carbohydrates. These foods have been stripped of their fiber, vitamins, and minerals, leaving you with a product that quickly breaks down into sugar in your body. The result is another round of blood sugar spikes and crashes, leading to fatigue, irritability, and increased fat storage. But the risk goes deeper. High intake of refined carbs has been linked to cognitive decline in older adults, possibly because of the way it promotes insulin resistance and inflammation in the brain. That mid-afternoon slump after a sandwich on white bread isn't just a minor annoyance. It's your body telling you it's running out of steady fuel. In the long term, too many refined carbs can rob you of your energy, mental sharpness, and physical resilience. Replacing these with whole grain or sprouted bread, whole wheat pasta, quinoa, or brown rice provides fiber that slows digestion, keeps blood sugar stable, and nourishes your gut health. Many people find that making this one switch leads to better digestion, more stable moods, and even better sleep. The truth is, avoiding these 5 food pitfalls isn't about being overly strict or never enjoying a treat again. It's about giving your body the tools it needs to age with strength, clarity, and vitality. After 50, every meal is either fueling your health or feeding the diseases we're trying to avoid. Processed meats, sugary cereals and pastries, diet sodas, deep fried foods, and refined carbs are all easy to overconsume in our modern American diet. But they're also surprisingly easy to replace once you know the healthier options that still taste great. The benefits of cutting them out, or at least drastically reducing them, can be felt within weeks: lower blood pressure, steadier blood sugar, reduced joint pain, clearer thinking, and better energy throughout the day. Think about how these changes fit into your daily life. If you're used to grabbing a ham sandwich for lunch, you could swap it for sliced roasted turkey you cook at home with whole grain bread and plenty of veggies. If cereal has been your go-to breakfast for decades, try steel-cut oats with blueberries and almonds. If diet soda is your afternoon pick-me-up, experiment with sparkling water and a splash of cranberry juice for flavor. If Friday nights have always meant fried chicken, see how you like it oven, baked with a breadcrumb coating. And if pasta night is a tradition, try half whole wheat pasta and half spiralized zucchini to lighten the carb load without losing the comfort factor. These small, deliberate changes add up over time and can extend not just your lifespan, but your health span, the years you feel strong, capable, and free to enjoy life without being weighed down by preventable health problems. Aging well is about making smarter trade-offs, not about giving up everything you love. The truth is, your taste buds, digestion, and energy will adjust to these changes faster than you think. Within a few weeks of cutting back on these 5 harmful foods, you may find that overly sweet cereals taste cloying, that processed meats taste too salty, and that fried fast food feels too heavy. Your body knows when you're treating it better, and it rewards you in ways you can feel every day. The choice is yours, but the evidence is clear. After 50, the foods you avoid are just as important as the foods you choose. By steering clear of processed deli meats, sugary breakfast foods, artificial sweeteners, deep fried fare, and refined carbs, you give yourself a better shot at living the active, vibrant life you deserve well into your later years. This isn't about fear. It's about empowerment. You have more control over your health than you might realize, and it starts with the simple, daily decision of what you put on your plate.